This is comedian Janelle Banks, and you are listening to KUAW, Kansas City.
KUAW listeners, this is Carl Boyd for Wave Your Grades, coming to you every Saturday from 1 until 2 p.m. right here on KUAW. This program features American students striving for excellence in honor of our troops and American veterans, encouraging American students. Please join us every Saturday from 1 until 2 p.m. right here on KUAW.
Now on the air in Kansas City, the Cheryl Underwood Show.
We are proud to be part of the KUAW family.
The Cheryl Underwood Show. Weekdays Monday through Friday at 12 noon. KUAW around the world on KUAW.org.
Ty Tribbett, and we gonna be all right here on the.
Let's see. All right, we in there. All right. How you doing? Okay, here we go. Welcome to Scrilltown. I don't think so. Did it? Okay, welcome to Scrilltown. I'm excited about tonight. It's Monday night. It's about 8 degrees in Kansas City. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Let me tag some people real quick. Let's see. Tag, Cap in there. Who else we got? Dolo. Boom. Let's see. Summer Love. Okay. Won't see none. Boom. Okay. Drop a couple tags right off the back. Anyway, all right, got that in. So we got a very, very special guest tonight. Normally, I do a lot more music than movies and TV. Tonight, we're gonna change it up a little bit. I'm very excited about this guest. When I linked up with her, we were on LinkedIn. I kept seeing these flyers come out about these new movies. So, I was very interested in seeing who this was, putting these things together. She's with a company that's doing a lot of good work. They bring out a lot of good movies. They bring out movies with a lot of known actors and actresses. She's also a publicist. So she does a lot of work with entertainers, a lot of musicians, producers. So she's been in the industry for a while, and she also is a veteran. So shout out to the armed forces, because I'm a veteran as well. So got to give her props on that. But without further ado, I'm introducing the lovely Diane Ramos Santiago Carter. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Hey, thank you for giving us the opportunity. Like I said, we've been excited about having you on here. Every time I look up, you're putting some project together, some coming soon. So I'm excited about interviewing you tonight. How's the weather out there?
Right now it's pretty hot, maybe around 60, 65. So that's good for a change. It has been pretty cold.
Wow.
So we're around the 60 right now.
You don't even want to know how cold it is down here. Like, they hit us. I mean, not only did we lose the game last night, but then we got, basically single digits in temperature. So yeah, we hurting right now. We hurting. So yeah, the listeners are tuning in. People want to know about Diana. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a mom first.
Okay.
Producer, a publicist, a manager.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just actually getting ready to start also the distribution company. So, but me spent half of my life in the military, and then Hollywood kind of called me, and I'm here now.
Right, yeah, and like I said, shout out to the U.S. Army, man, you know, I did my time too. I know how it is, and obviously you know how it is. So, you know, I respect and you know appreciate all the work that you've done you know, for your service for this country, you know, and I appreciate that. So going into this, so tell us about the company, you know, that you're with.
Likewise.
Yeah, tell us about that. Oh, you there?
Well, I'm actually part of several companies.
Okay.
When it comes to the management, I'm the CEO of that company. It's after my kid's name, Arika's and I, but also the same for the publicist as well. Now, when it comes to production, I'm actually the VP of Studio Department Productions. However, I also work with other producers.
Okay.
So pretty much I am attached to several production companies.
Wow. Wow. That's impressive. So if you were to say how many companies that you're attached to, how many would you say?
But every project, to be honest with you, is attached to a company. So right now, even though I'm the VP for any specific production company with our own projects, I'm also attached to probably around 5 other productions with different projects throughout the U.S.
Okay, cool. So where are you based out of? What city?
But right now, I'm over here in Victorville, which is like an hour from LA. It's a military town. I was assigned to a unit over here, to the base over here, so we're just staying in the area. So like Victorville is like an hour and some change from LA.
Okay, cool. Let's see what we got in here. What's up, Rodney, man? What's up, No Cap? What's going on, Bullet, man? Shout out to Big Leo, Big Fish. What's cracking? Okay, so going back into it. So what inspired you to go into the TV and film industry?
My daughter.
Okay.
It was a funny story. I was actually in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and we were in Atlanta. Somebody stole her, they spotted her. They invited me to come to LA, and she was signed on the spot. That was on a Thanksgiving weekend.
Okay.
After that, it was the whole back and forward. So I called the Army and I told them, hey, what is the closest base that you have to LA?
Right.
And within like less than a month, they transferred me over here for Irwin.
Okay. Nice. So, and then from there, like, so how did it start? Like, what, you know, did you kind of like act first, or did you go directly into production, the production side?
No. So my daughter, she's 10. She's 11 right now. At that time, she was 8. So even though I was assigned here, she really wanted to do this, so I needed to make a decision if I really wanted to help her pursue her dream and her goals, or me just, you know, work on base and do the back and forward. It was just not, I couldn't give her the 100% that she needed. So she was kind of missing really good opportunities. So at that point, I said, you know what, I just decided to get more involved into Hollywood. They had a manager at the beginning and a publicist, but then as I got into it, I was like, nobody's going to rep them better than me, because now my son also is an actor.
Wow.
So that's how kind of actually everything started. 4 years later, I am where I am right now. So first I was the manager and publicist, and then I got more involved into the production side and packaging.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about public. A lot of people don't get, you know, the full story on publicists. Like, as far as what you do, are you more on the music or the movies, or do you do both? And how does that go hand in hand with the, you know, the duties of a publicist?
To be honest with you, I am where you need me to be at. For instance, if you're a musician, a singer, like right now I'm working with a very young, talented, incoming rapper. His name is Nitro.
Nitro,
Nitro. So his needs are different from like my daughter, because she's an actress.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the publicist is a publicist. You just need to find what actually your client needs, and then just kind of tailor whatever they need to your skills and go from there.
Right. That's very important to, like she just said, tailoring your client's needs That's very important because you, at the end of the day, this client is hiring you. So, you know, it's very important. So, you know, I covered that already. So, and you say you've been doing this for 4 years now, right?
Yes, almost 4 years.
So in a 4 year period, I seen the other day on your LinkedIn page that you work a lot with Roberto Lasarto. Is
Yes.
that so? And now you got a show coming out with Daniel Baldwin. So in 4 years,
Yes.
you've managed to connect with people that have been in movies for, you know, 20, 30 years. How do you manage to do that in 4 years?
To be honest with you, it's a team effort. I think that people like me, for instance, in my case, you have to listen to the people that have done this, and then you just actually take whatever works for you,
Right.
and then enhance whatever you think you need to enhance to, I guess, create your own way to do things. So I've been blessed, to be honest with you, with great mentors. I work really hard for them. They know that. I'm not just a manager or a publicist. I'm a friend to my clients. I'm trying to be there.
Right.
Like if anybody needs something right now, you know, at 3 in the morning, I get in my car and I go there. You have to develop that friendship also as well, like a family type of mentality. And I think that comes from my military background on the whole team effort. I'm always like, it's a team effort. Whatever they do, it benefit me. Whatever I do, benefit them. And I think because of that, some people have seen that and they have just approached me, and we have been able to link and trying to move forward with different projects.
Yeah, and it's funny how you say, you know, work together as a team. You know, that team concept, I mean, you know, I've always been into sports. I did a lot of coaching, you know, for 15, almost 20 years. But when you teach that team skill, that team concept, it goes hand in hand with everything you do in life. Like starting off, you know, when I was a teenager, I used to do I did basketball and football, and I ran cross country. And then when I went into the military, I learned more of a team concept, which carried over to me starting my own record label, you know, and then I put a team together. So you're right. It makes it real easy once you put those components together and, you know, and you build that team, you know, because you're not doing it all yourself. So it makes it a lot easier. So I heard you said mentors. So tell us about some of the people that have helped you along the way, you know, with your career.
To be honest with you, I have met a lot of people, and the way I think everyone has been a mentor to me in some kind of way, because I learned something from everyone. Doesn't matter if you're new in the industry or you've been in the industry for 20 years.
Right.
But I learned different things. For instance, like from Robert Lasardo, I learned from him the techniques. We actually have conversations about his films, and he teach me a lot of what to look, what not to look. I listen to his feedback. I really take that very, you know, to heart, because I know he's a very good, very talented, very, you know, professional what he does.
Right.
Then I have some other clients that have been around as well that they teach me like what has been working in the past. It doesn't mean that we don't work now, but for me to learn from that and see how I can make it work my own way. I have a friend named Brian. Brian has taught me a lot when it comes to, there's no rules.
Right.
He said, Diana, there's no rules. You have to create your own rules. Just because something didn't work for someone or didn't work 3 years ago doesn't mean that can work right now. He has taught me a lot about don't take no for an answer, but that's me. I don't take a no for an answer. Every time you hear a no, that should be a motivation for you to go around and see how you can get to that yes and get someone to listen.
Right, right.
I have, like I said, I've met so many people, and you learn from everyone something.
Well, see, and for people that don't recall the name Roberto Lasardo, this dude, I've always known him to play a gangster. I've always known him to play some type of either gangbanger, gangster, and it's crazy because as soon as I seen your page and I seen him on it, I was like, oh man, you know, she got him on here, you know, in several different movies. So I know, you know, like, how do you separate being starstruck, you know, when you first meet somebody of his caliber, or even somebody like a Baldwin brother, you know, like how do you separate business from being, you know, just in shock? Like, wow, I'm actually working with somebody that I've seen, you know, multiple times on TV. How do you do that?
Because they're people. This is what I teach my kids. My kids are very young and they don't get starstruck either. But I have told them this: there are people. This is what they do for a living. In the same way, I see someone with a purple heart, and I'm like, wow, that's like a golden glove. Is when I see somebody have one a golden glove, it's the same thing. They're just people that have decided to do certain thing and they have been successful as that. So I don't really get like that. I really don't. I haven't. I think that everyone do their best. Some just get that chance or that opportunity, or they were at the right spot at the right time, and they just, you know, more well known. But at the end of the day, for me, they're all actors, and I treat all my clients as A-listers. I don't care if they're new or they're actually A-listers.
Right. Okay, let's get. What's up, Mondo, man? Shout out to Mondo. Hey, what's going on, IVN? So it's okay. So okay, when you look at people that have helped you, not the mentors, but like people along the way, you know, maybe behind the scenes, that have helped you be successful in the production of these movies that you've been bringing out and helping, you know, assist with, like, how do you build a team like that, number one, and then number two, like who are these people?
Well, there's so many. So I think everyone learns in a different way. In my case, it's depending on the project. Every project is its own entity. For me, it's like a mission. I have, you know, I call them, I see them like that, when that's just kind of the way my mind is at work. So the director is really important, the writer, because they pretty much know, they have a vision how they want this project to come into reality. So honestly, I listen. That's kind of what I do, and then I give my 2 cents. I think based on my experience, maybe we should try this. And sometimes we try different things. It's really hard to bring a project to reality. Right now, there are a lot of projects I'm involved in development or pre-production, and it's a lot of work entails. So the only way we're going to succeed is if everyone has a role. I don't step on someone else's role. Like, we all have to work as a team. However, we all have an area of expertise, and we need to listen to each other, because at the end of the day, we all want the project to come into reality, so then we can keep making movies. Okay.
For the tuners that just tuned in, we are interviewing TV film producer and publicist Diana Ramos Santiago Carter. She deals with actors and actresses, musicians, etc. I didn't want to leave nobody out, and people come in and be like, who is he talking to? So speaking of screenwriters or writers, I did my first like tabletop, I guess you would call it, like a animated script a couple of weeks ago. I only expected that thing to probably be maybe 30 minutes. It was like 2 hours, but it was fun. You know what I'm saying? So I can see how, you know, doing it on a daily basis. I mean, I know you get a lot of fun out of doing what you love to do. So with this question in mind, you got 3 actors, actresses, directors, so screenwriters that you could work with, anywhere in the world. Who would you pick?
You know, I was thinking about that for a while today. To be honest with you, I don't have like 3 favorite actors or actresses, directors. I think that everyone has a vision. There's so many talented people out there. I'm honored just to be part of these projects. But there's one person that always have caught my attention lately, because people keep telling me that the way I'm doing things remind her is Jane Rosenbaum. She actually has worked with, she's like Robert De Niro's partner, producing partner, manager. So that's someone that I have a lot of admiration for. I have actually studied her,
Mm-hmm.
how actually she went from being manager to where she's at, and I'm just kind of learning behind the scenes just by following her history.
Nice, nice. Okay. I mean, you know, I always that's one of the number one questions I ask any guest that I interview, and it normally catches them off guard, and they're like, "Wow, you know, so many that I could choose from." You know, so yeah, you know, you always it's one of them things in sports. Like when I used to coach, I'm like, man, if I ever was on a team with somebody, it would be Michael Jordan, blah blah blah, or something like that. So I always ask that question. Um, so can you give us any information on any upcoming projects, movies, anything like that that's coming up this year in 2021?
But right now, because of COVID, we have a lot of things that have been put on standby.
Right.
So hopefully we get back to some kind of normal. So right now, there are several projects that I'm involved with. We're still in development or pre-production. But yes, there are, as you mentioned, ball winning. That's something that nobody really knows yet what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on that behind the scenes. So hopefully, Danny can soon speak about what is the whole concept behind ball winning. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, ball
because
winning. Yeah, that sounds cool.
That is going to touch a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to do that because it's not just about the project. This one is going to touch and help a lot of people in different ways. That's
Right.
kind of pretty much what I can say about that.
Mm-hmm.
I have another one that is coming hopefully soon. Darkness Away.
Mm-hmm.
That one right now, it seems everything is going great, and we should be shooting overseas.
Okay.
So we'll see. That one has like Barlene, it has Rover, it has Ciro DePario, it has Danny Baldwin on it, it has a lot of great actors. Bob Dito is on it.
Wow.
So that one has been for a while on that development process. So I heard some great news today.
Mm-hmm.
Then of course there's another one, The Mocking.
The Mocking.
The movie. The Mocking, the movie is
Okay.
actually it's going to be produced by Ciro DePaggio Productions, so some part of it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And Dolittle Ciro DePaggio has some great actors attached to it, like James Russo. He has also plenty others attached to that one.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is a funny story because that one wasn't on the agenda,
Mm-hmm.
but after AFM and people were seeing so many things about mocking the TV series, which is coming as well in 2021, people were asking for it.
Right.
So now that is going to be a reality as well. Another project, Gabriel Strauss. Gabriel Strauss actually, Robert Lasarge's project, he's the writer.
Mm-hmm.
It's based on a book that he has coming soon, Gabriel Strauss, and that one is one of those scripts that you read and you just have to read it again and read it again,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can put that script down, and 3 months later the script is in your head because it's just that good.
Wow.
So I'm really excited about that that one as well. So there's several projects. There's one called Team Jar.
Mm-hmm.
Team Jar, actually, that one hits home. Is about a kind of true events in Iraq.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay.
The
Yeah,
writer is Steve Alexander. He's a Purple Heart colonel. So I'm really, really excited about that one. It's in the development process because that is what we know. This
Right.
we should do that. It's going to move taking things out of the script. So that's another one that I'm really, really excited about it as well. So there's several out there that I'm working with. I'm excited about every project. I will not be involved in these projects
Mm-hmm.
if I don't really have some kind of connection or I thought they're going to go somewhere.
Right.
Now, with that saying, it's going to be easy, but there's nothing easy about packaging a project. But there's something unique about each one of these projects.
Yeah, what's that? So, okay, so I got a question. I've been thinking about this the whole time you were saying about these projects. So, what's the process of someone like wanting to work with you? Like, how does that work? Can you hear us?
Wow,
Okay.
you asked me some really difficult questions. Let me see. To be honest with you, it depends what it is. As a publicist, pretty much just give me a call, send me an email, and I just listen to you. What are your needs? And based on that, I create a proposal. I will go from there. As the manager, there's certain things that I'm looking for. I'm looking, make sure you have the real, make sure that you have an IMDb. I look at your IMDb score, any projects, and so on.
Okay.
When it comes to the production, it has to have something that really gets my attention. I get so many scripts throughout the week, sometimes 20, 30, and it has to be something on that project that gets my attention. And then I say, okay, let me read the script. If I like the script, then I just set a phone meeting with you, and then we just go from there.
Okay. Let's see. DJ Nazo, aka because what's going on? What's going on, JR, man? Let's see who else we got in here. How you doing, Alicia? What's going on, Gaylin? All right. So, okay, before we start our second segment, one of the questions I had wrote down, let's see. Okay, so I'm not gonna get into that question yet. I'll wait till we come back. So for our listeners, okay, this question is kind of like, I don't know, because like for most people, you would say COVID is really like damaging, you know, the entertainment side. But every time I look up, you got another movie coming out. So obviously COVID ain't really been that big of a deal with you guys, because you guys are still moving. Y'all still making it happen. How do you like what is giving you the drive to continue to make things happen during this pandemic?
Wow. Well, honestly, I think people react to situations in a different way. I'm going back on this question to my military background. I think, to be honest with you, I'm just have that drive that I really want to succeed. I have plans for my company, the place that I'm involved. I personally took advantage of COVID, and I used this time to learn. I have learned so much in the past year because everything has slowed down. Because remember, my kids are belong to my company. My company and what I do is my legacy to them. So I take that to heart.
Right.
And no one is going to take me there unless I put myself in that spot at that level. So I would say that in my case, because my company is more of a personal thing when it comes to why I'm doing it, that is kind of my driving force to keep at it. And yes, I get tired. It has been a lot of 18 hours, 20 hours, but there's just so much. Doing this as a manager, as a PR, as a producer, whatever you name it, is not a every week thing, every other day. This is a 24/7, constantly workload. You have to constantly, get the connections, talk to people, see how something doesn't work, how it could work better. Collaborate with others is really important. So I don't know. I guess that for me, there's no such a thing. We're going to fail. We have to keep going. So therefore, COVID or not COVID, we still have to push these projects. Actually, I think that will be easier because people are sitting at home. So now I'm able, to reach out actors and to reach out investors and stuff like that because they're pretty much at home. Everyone's at home. When they're actually out there during the normal time, it's hard to reach out to people because everyone is out doing their thing. So I think that COVID has given at least me the opportunity to develop a lot of relationships and connections.
Well, see, and that's just like a lot of people don't understand. When you work for yourself, or if you have some type of independent situation going on, the clock doesn't stop. Like the grind doesn't stop. I get text messages and stuff at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning about things, and I'm pretty sure you get them as well. It just doesn't stop. And the longer you grind, the better your situation will end up being. You just can't quit. It's not a 9-to-5 situation. So I agree. But I was interested, kind of curious about that because I know a lot of, especially with musicians and DJs and stuff like that. It's been kind of rough, to try to make ends meet, with this pandemic. But every time I look up, I see a new flyer coming out with some movie that affiliated with. So I'm like, wow, well, at least somebody's making money out here, I'm like,
well, you have to, I think, because I have a PR also company, so I'm always pushed around. I'm really big in PR marketing. Because if people don't know who you are, they don't know what are you doing, it's really hard to get someone to listen. So
Right.
I'm always showcasing my clients. I'm always putting them, everything they do, I want to make sure they tag me. I do my own banners, send it to them, I just put them on LinkedIn, Facebook. So I'm always doing that. Because like I said, at the end of the day, Section F, for whatever they do, it will actually open doors for everyone.
right.
For my company, my clients in my company, and so on.
Well, see, and that's crazy that you said that, because I preach that promote yourself first. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how good the product is if people don't know about it. So I'll say it: promote yourself, because once people know who you are, it doesn't matter too much about how good the product is. If you've gained them as a fan, they will buy and support you. But if they don't know you, and you can continue to bring out, quality material, movies, music, whatever, it'll still be on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure you agree with me on that, because you just said, you have to showcase yourself. You have to promote yourself. You have to stay in front of the cameras, or, they want to see your face. So we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we will do the second segment of our exclusive interview with Diana Ramos Santiago Carter. So come back with us, and we will be back in 2 minutes on Welcome to Scrilltown.
All right, you're listening to KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. We don't only bring you videos on Facebook and YouTube, but listen to our audio only, where you'll get shows like Cheryl Underwood and Blues Time in the City. You can pick us up at www.kuaw.org or go to the TuneIn app and search KUAW. Listen to us. We're on 24 hours a day. That's KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. And this is what you hear every day from noon till 2. Don't miss the Cheryl Underwood Show.
Where you at, baby?
Sure, I'm at my first alma mater, Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia. CAU was the first HBCU in the southern United States. Shout out to our affiliate ATL Talks in Atlanta, Georgia, and everyone getting out there to vote for those 2 Senate seats. We love you.
That's what I'm talking.
You are listening to KUAW Radio, home of the all-new Jamal Bake Show, and I'm Jamal Bakes, and thank you so very much for listening to the station bringing you talk, news, entertainment that you won't get anywhere else. KUAW, in, of, and about our community.
This is the last weekend before Christmas, and on Blues Time in the City, we're wrapping up our all Christmas blues and Southern Soul program.
Gene Bailey.
We have a very special guest that you will definitely enjoy, and we'll hear from some of the artists that sing the Christmas blues. Join me, Gene Bailey, for Blues Time in the City this weekend before Christmas, right here.
This is comedian Janelle Banks, and you are listening to KUAW, Kansas City.
KUAW listeners, this is Carl Boyd for Wave Your Grades, coming to you every Saturday from 1 until 2 p.m. right here on KUAW. This program features American students striving for excellence in honor of our troops and American veterans, encouraging American students. Please join us every Saturday from 1 until 2 p.m. right here on KUAW.
Now on the air in Kansas City, the Cheryl Underwood Show.
We are proud to be part of the KUAW family.
The Cheryl Underwood Show. Weekdays Monday through Friday at 12 noon. KUAW around the world on KUAW.org.
Todd Tribbett, we gonna be all right here on the Jamal Bakes Show. I'm your brother in Christ, Jamal Bakes. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with me, fam, for another week.
All right. Yeah, we was grooving over here, you know what I'm saying, for 2 minutes. Some of that old school. So we're back with TV film publicist extraordinaire Diana Ramos Santiago Carter. So how did you come up with the name of your production company?
Well, the name of my PR company, my management company is my kid's name backwards.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, my daughter's name is Akira, so it's Arika, and my son's name is Toby, so it's Ibos. So it's Arikas and Ibos, which is the name backwards.
Okay. I was wondering because I'm like, I wonder what that means. You know, I was trying to figure things out. I'm always researching things, so you know, yeah, that's cool. That's a cool concept. So with that being said, I'm gonna paint a picture for you. We got a 16, 17-year-old inspiring producer, you know, publicist, or maybe even an actor or actress. What words of wisdom would you give to them in regards to chasing their dreams and jumping into the entertainment industry?
Wow. I guess several things. The first one is never take a no for an answer. There's always a way to do things. There's always a way to learn how to do things. Everyone starts somewhere. Just because you're not at that level doesn't mean that you can't, that you're not good, that you don't have the talent. It means that you need to regroup and do a reality check. This is where I am. This is what I want to be. Now, how can I get there?
Right.
Second, have tough skin. Be ready for rejection. Be ready for people just don't want to talk to you. They're not interested in your projects. Just be ready for that rejection and then utilize that to see how you can take that to your advantage and see how can you get them to listen. That's very persistent, you know.
Right.
Also, invest in yourself.
Oh my God.
How can you be a publicist and you're not part of any, you know, public relations, you know, company associations? You're not part of anything like, you know, you have to invest time in yourself. You have to invest money in yourself as well. Educate yourself. Knowledge is power. If you have that knowledge, that can actually make the difference between you make that deal or lose that deal. There's just so many things out there. Let's see. I don't know. Be persistent. Be determined. Have that can-do attitude.
Right.
That's one big one. You have to really believe that you can do something. Sometimes people get frustrated. It's not easy to be in this industry. You have to hear stories like Tyler Perry, for instance. You know, people have gone through living in the cars. They have no money. So, but look where they're at right now. That's the part of you have to invest in yourself. If you believe in your projects, if you believe in your talent, if you believe in really what you want to do, where you want to take that company to, just keep doing it. Yes, you're going to deal with, you know, along the way, but you have to keep pushing until you get there.
So you hit probably every point that I've always been preaching to people since I started back up doing the music management and promotions and stuff, because, you know, number one, when you said don't take no for an answer, when I was a starving artist 20 years ago, trying to get a record deal, just trying to be on the team, just trying to be on somebody's label, I heard no. I had so many doors that shut in my face until, you know, eventually, after frustration, one of my family members who owned their own record label, who was being, you know, he was pretty successful in his avenues, was like, just do it yourself. He was like, nobody's going to want it as more as you anyway. Then when you went into saying invest in yourself, Anybody that's on my Facebook page know the two words that I use the most is promote and invest. One of the things that entertainers, starving artists, DJs, whoever in the industry right now, the ones that are up and coming, they haven't grasped that yet. They don't understand that you have to invest in yourself before others will invest in you. And that's why, I'm glad somebody of your caliber, somebody that is around, superstars, entertainers, highly skilled veterans in the game, you're around these people all the time and you're saying the same thing that I say, that, some of my mentors say, that some of the other people say, because, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was, people watching too much TV and thinking that, you're going to get a deal or, you're going to get into the limelight overnight, but it just doesn't work that way. And that's what, I'm glad you came on and said that, because you have to invest in yourself first. You cannot sit around waiting for someone to quote unquote discover you. They might discover you, but they're going to discover you a lot quicker when you invest and promote yourself. And that is I'm glad you said, I'm really glad you said that. And the thing that I will also say is that when people contact me, and I'm pretty sure they contact you all the time, kind of like how I did, I contacted you, and we've done business with each other already, but I'm not one to tell a person no. What I will do is I'll educate them. I get a lot of people that contact me and they're just not there yet, mentally, financially, maybe even musically. So instead of me telling them no, I educate. But back in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was no. They would just tell you no. They'd be like, nope, sorry. And just the way the generation has shifted, that you can't really come to people like that. So I'm glad that you said at the end of the day, don't take no for an answer anyway, and keep grinding. Keep grinding. So I'm glad that you said that. And with that being said, like, how would you, like, with someone that is getting the opportunity to work with someone like you, how do you keep an actor or a screenwriter or someone, behind the scenes, how do you keep them motivated in a situation where, like right now, people aren't really, they're watching movies on, at home, but, the investors really aren't investing right now unless you already got a portfolio, already in place. So how do you keep your crew or some new, up and coming actor or actress that has talent, how do you keep them motivated and, and confident that things will change?
PR, marketing. I keep putting them out there. I do a lot of that for them, and this is what I told them. I will not succeed if they don't succeed. So my job is to do what I can. Right. So when they see me out there on the clock, you see my LinkedIn page constantly. Mm-hmm. So I'm working even through the pandemics because I believe in each one of them. That's why they're on my roster. Right. They have different talents. They have different levels. But I'm working with them because I know everyone has something that it will get there. Yeah. When it's time for them to get there. Right. Right. I'm like you. I have some clients that are not there yet, but I see the talent. Mm-hmm. I have a young client. His name is Armand Badel. Mm-hmm. He is late 20s. Great actor. Mm-hmm. That's one of the ones that I keep telling him. I talk to him a lot. Like, just stay, go to the gym, stay doing what you're doing, be patient. You're a great, talented actor. Just so I talk to them too a lot. I try to reach out to all of them throughout the week. There's some that I talk to more often than other ones. Mm-hmm. But just, just have to be there. I'm not one of those managers or policies that you're going to hear from me every, 6 months, twice a year. Right, right. I always tell them, contact me anytime. I get busy, I do. But I think just by you being there, show them that you keep promoting them when really things are not, right now on a standby. I think that helped them to kind of stay motivated. But if you don't have no contact with that person that's supposed to be helping your career, because that's what managers do. We help, we help to build careers.
Absolutely.
I think if you don't have no contact with them, it would kind of, it would not help with the morale.
Right.
Just kind of to keep that spirit where it needs to be at. It's not easy right now. I know things are going to come back, hopefully to almost normal soon. I see auditions coming in. It just like I say, just like kind of stay present. I think that's the best. What I really want to stay present in their life and through social media or through a phone call, through a text, and just kind of keep that positive attitude with them. I think that's kind of what I think would help. To get them kind of, just to help them to stay engaged, you want to call it, or positive, that things are going back to normal. That's the point.
So for those that just tuned in, we are talking to TV and film producer and publicist, Diana Ramos Santiago Carter. Give some shout outs. Shout out to Clarky, man. What's going on, bro? Safani Beats, Stino. Who else we got in here? I've seen Jenny Jen in here. Jay Don, what's going on? What's going on, Galen? This is some really good insight for an up and coming actor, actress. Shout out to Clark. He was one of my partners that I work with that actually did some movie stuff back in the day, and he showed me some stuff, and it's just funny how it all goes hand in hand with what you're doing. So how important is communication when you're on the set, or how important is that?
Well, I would say effective communication is really important.
Effective communication.
Because you can communicate, but if it's not effective, that is a different. That could be a problem.
Right.
I think that's what is going to make you or break you. That's how you're going to honestly. Part of being successful is your way to be able to communicate effectively with everyone around you. However, me personally have learned that I need to adjust my communication skills to whoever I'm speaking with. Just because of different levels of knowledge, different levels of understanding, different backgrounds. So it's really important. That's what it's going to, honestly, without communication, things will fall apart.
Wow. But see, if it's one thing in life in general, is communication. Communication goes hand in hand with everything that you deal with in life, whether it's work, relationships, anything, parenthood, any of that stuff. It's all about communication. I'm glad that you said that, managers build musicians and, entertainers' careers, because that's exactly what it is. We had a conversation earlier, shout out to Thomas, about what a manager actually does. There's nothing set in stone exactly what a manager actually does. It gets frustrating like anything else, but at the end of the day, exactly what you said. You're building this person, helping building this person's career. Let's see what we got on there. Shout out to Jackie. Anybody else? No, not right now. So, how can someone contact you? Number one, like, what's the best method? And then how should they contact you? Like, because I know sometimes when I'm contacting people, I kind of have to sit back and think about how I'm approach them. I don't want to just be like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Good morning, blah, blah, blah. What's the best approach to contact somebody of your caliber? Because I know you probably scan through your emails. You might even have somebody scan through them for you. So the first question would be, how do they contact you? Second would be, how do they contact you?
But to be honest with you, will be by text me. They can text me on the 323-237-7582. That's all over my social media accounts.
Okay.
Text me and just be straightforward. I'm all about collaboration, share the knowledge. Now, also be willing to receive that knowledge, because sometimes maybe what you're looking for or what you want to hear is not what I'm going to tell you, but I'm also going to tell you this is what's wrong. However, I think you should do this, or you should contact this person.
Right.
I'm not just going to say like no and close the door. And if I can help you, I'll tell you, but I just be straightforward.
Yeah.
We were really busy. I have 270,000 emails. So if you text me, I get so many texts.
Oh my God.
And you tell me like, what really you need, I will tell you, I can help you. I cannot, you can contact so-and-so. I think that's the best way, because if you're not straightforward, I might get 10 emails to get to the bottom line.
Right. Absolutely. And that's crazy. You said 270,000 emails, really? Like, no wonder it was taking, because I was getting kind of frustrated a couple times too, but that makes sense. that makes sense now. You know what I'm saying? But, and I get it, because people, when they want you now. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand, like, I might be driving, or I might be in a meeting, or I could be doing this or that, or with my family, or so forth. So, yeah. So, okay, when they contact you, because I had to actually look something up on how to approach, a business type person of your caliber, and in the method of how the paragraph should look. Are you taking unsolicited emails, text messages, or so forth, or should it be prepared? Okay, so I'll back it up. So if I'm an artist or a musician or whoever, and I want to contact you, should I contact you, or should my representative contact you?
Well, if you contact me, most likely it's because you don't have representation.
Right.
Usually, if you do, the representation is usually, will reach out to me if it's about a project, it's about PR, and so on. I'm very easygoing, because going back, I'm telling you, I don't have that Hollywood mentality, and I'm going to say that. My pattern is different. I'm more about to succeed. It's all about how I can say that. It's a team effort. It's all about me. I don't really mind people just reaching out to me, because you never know. I might discover next. I don't know. Robert De Niro, the next. Daddy Yankee.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be J Balvin on the line or something. Yeah.
So you really don't know. And also because I'm also a mom, and I understand how hard it was for my kids to get someone to look at them. I understand that process. I live through them, the actor's life. So because of that, I'm never, you can reach out to me anytime through email, through text. It might take a little bit to get back to you. And if I can bring you on board, I can, but at the same time, I might give you some names, give you some advice, what you need to do, and just go from there. I help a lot of people with advice, because like I said, there's plenty of Hollywood for all.
Yeah.
There's plenty of movies.
Yeah, it really is. And it seems like it's more screenwriters and directors coming, out every day, which is good. I mean, more independent films is great. I even actually thought about possibly writing a script to one down the line. So one of my last questions, would you rather direct or help produce a book that turned into a movie, or just something straight out of, wherever, like somebody just come up with something?
Wow. It depends, because if it's a good story, it can be either or. I do like a lot true events, true life story. I like a lot of actions, but that's because my background, going back to that.
Right.
So, but it is depend. I have seen some books that are really, really good. Actually, I have one book here. This is a animation film that I'm part of it, with an amazing director, Tom Green. It's called The Magnificent Raiders. I got the book. Dante D'Antoni created this selection. There's 8 books, and now he's turning this into a film. So the graphics that he used, the content, the story is like out of this planet.
Yeah.
So it got my attention. So I'm honored to be working with them. So it depends on the content.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
Right. Okay. Well, we're getting ready to wrap up the show. before we get off here, I want to, like, do you want to give out any shout outs or any information on any upcoming events, anything like that?
Well, yes. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show.
No problem. Thank you.
Shout outs to all my clients, because I'm here because of them. They are my motivation to keep going, to help them get to where they really want to be at. Of course, there are a lot of people that support me, my family, my kids, and close friends that I have. I really appreciate everyone that has been there for me and is still there, because I have a lot to learn.
Right.
Every day is a learning experience. I have some other things that I wanted to do. Kind of, I just started my distribution company. I started a film festival company.
Wow.
So I'm just kind of expanding. So because of that, I know I'm going to be meeting more people that, hopefully I will keep learning and get better, because at the end of the day, this is my company's,
right.
Of the projects that I'm involved. So no one is really going to put that heart out there better than, I will for my projects. So you just keep going. Don't get disappointed. Everyone can get anything right. You just have to really work hard for it, find a way. Listen to the people that have done it, and then just take what works for you, disregard the rest, and find your own path.
You hear it. This is game right here. Free game. I call it free game. Free knowledge. Support minority businesses. Support small businesses. Support independency. The more we grow, the better. And this is for everybody. Just support. I want to thank you for coming on with us tonight. I've enjoyed our conversation. Shout out to everybody that tuned in on live and all the other networks. Don't forget to get your material. Scrilltown clothing. The new mixtape by Lex Luger. No, that's too close. Make sure you follow everything that Diana comes out with. I mean, I'm already excited about looking at a couple of those films. I didn't kind of bookmark them on on the channel. But yeah, we want to thank you for the opportunity of interviewing you tonight. We want to thank KUAW Radio for giving us this opportunity as well. Don't forget Street Music and Meditation. It's been out since Christmas. It's flowing. Better Days, the single, has over 17,000 streams right now and going. The other 14 songs are doing pretty well as well. Sony Music, Scrilltown MO. We're going to continue to bring out music. Once again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. And we out. Scrilltown MO. Thank you, Diana.
Thank you.
See you later.
Thanks.
All right, you're listening to KUAW.